Hi. Hello, good people. My name is Manebo Oljonzindi. I am a holistic wellness coach and accredited meditation practitioner, and also an author of two amazing books called The Journey and Confessions. Welcome to the live video on the group and also on YouTube. Welcome, guys. I said I'm going to do it at 12, and I only see one person. Please say hi. All right, okay. So today we're talking about the paradigm shift on my group called Consciously Creating the Life That You Want, if you are watching from YouTube. And the reason why I built this group was that I have figured out for the past 5 years that people actually do not know that they do have power. Hey, Denise. Hey. I actually realized that people think that they do not have power. Maybe there is some other people out there who have more power than them, right? And I said, because I've been coaching a lot of people for 5 years, and because of that I decided to create this group. And I was advised by a fellow coach who said, I think you are doing good, why don't you create a group where it's only the people who want to do what maybe you can coach them to do. So that's the reason why I have created this group. And today we are talking about the paradigm shift, right? And I have my thing here, which will be my experiment bowl. Right. So what is the paradigm shift? Last time I've spoken about co-creating your life with God. And some people are still a bit confused because they don't know, how do I do that? Do I say words? I have been saying words, they do not work. Or I have been doing what you have said that I should do, but it's currently not working. So what should I do? So today we're talking about the paradigm shift, which is a technique that will help you create the life that you want, create the life of your dreams, right? So let's get on. Firstly, we have two sets of mind, right? We have two sets. The first set is the conscious mind. The second set is the subconscious mind. So the conscious mind is the thinking mind. The conscious mind is the thinking mind, is the mind that you are awake right now. As I'm talking to you, you are thinking, because that is what it's meant to do. It's the thinking mind. And we have what we call the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is your storage system. So your storage system, where you store information, or where you have stored information about certain things in your life. So you might think that you want to be loved, but if the information inside of your subconscious mind does not go along with your thinking, then you won't be able to get what you want. So there are people who say, I do this, I do that, I read books and I do that, but still I cannot find, or I cannot get the things that I want. But it's because both of your minds are not in alignment with the things that you want, and that is the reason why you are not manifesting it in your life. And today, when I talk about the paradigm shift, I'm talking about this shift of aligning your subconscious mind and your conscious mind to speak one language, to say one thing, right? So who is now responsible for the information that is in your subconscious mind? So this is your subconscious mind. It's like a bowl. And between the ages of 0 and 7, and I've spoken about this before, between the ages of 0 and 7, your subconscious mind is opened, and it's open to everything. You can throw in debt in here, it's going to take it. And so many people have beliefs about themselves that are not working for them, or that are working against them, and they don't know where did they get this belief. So between the ages of 0 and 7, obviously you were with your guardian, you were with your parents, and they taught you what they thought was good for you. They didn't even know as well. Even me, I have a 16-month-old son whom I'm teaching whatever that I believe is good for him, but maybe 20 years later from now, it won't be as good as it is right now. So he has to intentionally rewire his mind so that it can work, be in alignment with the things that he wants, right? So For example, I am a Xhosa. You know, my tribe is Xhosa. That is why my surname is Old John. Xhosa, my maiden surname. Now I'm Cindy. So I grew up in Mafikeng, where people are speaking Tswana. And we practiced also the Tswana tradition in everything. So personally, I don't know how to speak Xhosa. I'm only right now trying to speak Xhosa. And that is my tribe. That is where I come from. That is my culture. So I don't know how many years ago, my great grandparents decided to move to Mafikeng, and that's where everybody has been. Even my father grew up in Mafikeng. I also grew up Komafike, you understand, and we spoke Xhosa, but we spoke Tswana, but our line Yakoha Old Jono, we are Xhosas. Even when we go, you know, reunion and all family gatherings, yes. When we go there, actually, you would find that those people are speaking Xhosa. You know, and we also have colors and all those things, depending on where you grew up and what is it that they have taught you. There are other Old Jones who can speak both Tswana and Xhosa. There are others who can speak both Sesotho and Xhosa. So, you know, it differs from where you are coming from. So now, as I didn't have a choice to say, no, I want to learn Xhosa. My parents taught me what they believed was right for me. And now it's me who's intentionally deciding that I really want to learn about my culture. I really want to learn more about my culture. Same as taking, for instance, a Chinese girl or a boy, a Chinese child who is like 0 years, right? And then you take them to South Africa and you teach them Zulu. So that is how the information that is stored in our subconscious mind, we didn't have a choice between the ages of 0 and 7. But right now, we do have a choice to create new beliefs that are going to help us become the people that we want to become in life, right? So here's the thing. The conscious mind is, we would say, the subconscious, the conscious mind is the thinking mind, is the awake mind. And this one is like the sleeping mind, your storage, where you want to find, when you are typing on your computer, you want to find something, that's where you find your storage system. So in order for you to reprogram this mind to become what you want it to become, is through affirmations, right? So that is the simplest way, or the first way. This is an introduction to the paradigm shift. If you want to get in depth with that, I suggest that you come to the coaching sessions that I do have. So the simplest way, and it works whether you believe it or not, is through the affirmations. So for this week, we are 28 days in our program for people who are new to the group. If you want to go and the group, the things that we have been doing meditations, we have been doing a whole lot of things. So go back and check and see if you can do those things, because if you are in this group, you want to consciously create the life that you want. So now we are 28. Today it's 28 days. So for the next 2 days, actually, I want you, hi Queen League, I want you to, you can prolong it actually for 7 days, where you are going to take one thing. For instance, if it's love, maybe you, let's just make it about a job, because some people here were saying, I am looking for a job. If I can just find a job, I would be okay. So I want you to say, to write down and say, I want a job. And where do you want a job from? Maybe I want a job from the government. What type of beliefs do I have regarding this job? So many people have got beliefs that are not allowing them to get what they want, because you get what you believe. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you believe in, right? So you find that some people want a job in the government, and their belief and what they have been talking about is that go government and you cannot get a job if you don't have connection, and that is a limiting self-belief. The reason why you cannot get it is because you believe that you need to get connection in order for you to have that job, which is not entirely true, right? Because I know a lot of people who are working in the government institution who've gotten there with all that they had. They just wanted to work in the government and that's all they had. They got the job. Some people may say, I do not have a job because I do not have qualifications. And I want to tell you a story about myself and my best friend when it comes to this. Hello, Dinewo. With me, I started my coaching in 2000. Actually, I started practicing in 2014. I started practicing in 2015, but I started my coaching journey in 2014. I didn't have any qualifications. I didn't have nothing that supports the fact that I am a coach, but I was just doing it because I loved it. I loved it, and people believed in me. They came to me. They got their breakthroughs without any qualifications. I was making money out of coaching. So if you are believing that you need to get a qualification in order for you to get something, there are people who are qualified to get a job. There are people with PhDs. I saw on Facebook the other time, the guy with a box of PhD saying that I really want a job with a PhD, and you are saying you need to have a qualification. Which type of a qualification? That's what qualifies you actually to get a job if a person who has a PhD couldn't get a job. So it's not about your qualifications. There are people in the private sector, especially because I work in the private sector, that are your managers and they do not have any qualification. I was reporting to a guy one time, during this time, I've been working for 10 years. I was reporting to a person who didn't even know what I was doing. And if you are saying that I need to qualify for a job in order for me to get a job, then that is a limiting self-belief. That is what is limiting you to get what you really need in your life. So I am asking you today that you write down all of the beliefs that you have and just take just one area in your life. Another story that I can tell you is a friend of mine. You can check her on Facebook, Sibongile Confidence Funani. Sibongile is a standard 8 dropout, right? Meaning that she does not have a matric like all of us, maybe most of us, right? But Sibongile right now is owning a business that is making her thousands and thousands of money each and every day without any qualification. She just knows that she knows how to cook. She didn't even go to school. She didn't even do anything. She knows that she knows how to cook. That is the reason why she opened a business, and people are trusting her. So people are not going to trust you just because you have a qualification. People are not just going to trust you because you have a PhD. People are going to trust the energy that you have. And that energy is built from what we call your beliefs. Your beliefs. I decided to start a coaching company without even a coaching certificate. Later on in life, that's when I became a certified. I did a whole lot of things, but later on, about 3 years after, I decided to do that. So what is stopping you from getting a job? You do have, if you dig deeper, you do have something that is stopping you from becoming the person that you want to become. And I am saying today, write those things down. When you can even write 15. Whether it's maybe to other people it's not a job. To some people it can be love. To some people it can be money. And we have done the money program, I think, about last week. Write those things down. And I want you to pick up just one affirmation. One affirmation for me, many years ago when I wanted a job, and I've spoken about this, when I wanted a job in Centurion, I literally walked to the taxi rank talking. And if you see me, yes, the energy that you have, yes, darling. So if you see me walking, guys, alone, most of the time, even when I'm driving, I'm always talking, and people maybe think, this one is crazy, but I'm always affirming myself. I'm always in affirmation with myself, affirming myself of the things that I want. So I want you to pick up just one affirmation. I used to say, I have a job in and around Centurion that pays me this much. And believe you me, I got that very same job a year later. To some people, a breakthrough will happen instantly, like right there, right now. To some people, it may take a while, but if you are consistent about it, you are going to get it in your life. There is no way that you can be consistent. You can see, if you are consistent about eating unhealthy, what happens? You gain weight. What happens when you are consistent about eating healthy and exercising? You become very, your body, people will see that, wow, you have a great body, because you are consistent about things. So if you become consistent, and I'm challenging you to take the 7 days this week to do that one affirmation, and you say it over and over again. When you do an affirmation, you are reprogramming your mind, right? Your subconscious mind. You are rewiring it. You are learning new information about yourself. You are saying, hey, I no longer live there. Maybe your parents taught you that you need to go to school. In the olden days, we were taught that you need to go to school, you need to study, and then that's when you can get a job. If you have been believing that, it's not entirely true, because there are people who do have a job without that. And maybe you have seen, right, things happening in your eyes, because a belief also is created by your own experiences. If you have seen things, then your conclusion about that particular story would be your belief system, and it would be stored in your subconscious mind. For instance, I can say again, with the relationships, a lot of people are struggling with relationships, and you would find that they do have beliefs about relationships that are not conducive for them to grow or to have healthy relationships. If, for instance, you meet a closer guy who played with your heart and did all these things, and the next thing again, you get another closer guy who did almost the same thing, broke your heart, and the third one did almost the same thing, your conclusion about closer people would be that they are heartbreakers, but you only dated 3. And we have how many causes in South Africa, in the whole wide world? We have a lot. So your beliefs, your experience about a certain thing can also become your belief, that I do not want to date causes because, whoa, those guys. But it's not entirely true. There are causer men who are so faithful, who are so loving and all that. It's just that by the time you met the right, the wrong people. And we also, when we want to get deeper into this, why are you attracting what you are attracting in your life? And I have made also a video saying that you don't just attract things in your life. Nothing comes into your life uninvited. You invite it. And again, God can invite certain things in your life because it's part of your purpose. But most of the time, it's us who's inviting it with fear, with our beliefs and all of those things. So go home and find that one thing that you want. Really, it's urgent. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's just finding love. Maybe it's just getting a whole lot of money. Maybe, and on the other side, you write, what are my beliefs about this thing? Why can't I get 1 million? If you think, if you want 1 million, why can't you get 1 million? What is stopping you from getting 1 million? You will find out that there are beliefs that you have about money, that in order for me to get so much money, I need to work for it. And that is where the problem is. What you don't get what you wish, you get what you believe in, right? And now that's where you're going to draw your affirmation and say, I have 1 million rand in my account. You don't even want to know about the why. Why do you have 1 million rand? How are you going to have that? Actually, a lot of people are so worked up about how am I going to get a job when they are doing affirmations. How am I going to do this? The how part is not your part. The how part is for God. The how part is for the power of the universe. If you believe in that, how part is about your ancestors. If you believe in ancestors, that's not where you should be, right? You should only know that I want money, and money is in my account right now. And when you do an affirmation, please do it in the present tense, as if you have. Act as though you have received, right? Another thing that I want to say is that the Bible says faith cometh from hearing, right? And meaning that your belief is created by hearing, and the Bible says hearing the word of God, right? But now imagine now, if you are going, you have been previously, you have been hearing people saying things about you that created a belief, right? You have been listening to people saying that people who are coming from African, they will never go anywhere, they will never have anything, right? You have been listening to people, and that created your belief. But now the Bible says faith cometh from hearing, and now you are going to hear your own words saying, I have 1 million rand in my account, I have 1 million rand in my account. And you say that over and over again. I have also said it that when you do an affirmation, please make sure that you do it 3 times a day. You do it in the morning, you do it in the afternoon, you do it at night before you sleep for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You can even do it more. You can do 10 minutes. But you are knocking into your subconscious mind. You are telling it that, hello, today I am loading, I am installing new information in you that is going to work hand in hand with my conscious mind, so that when I say I want, I get, right? When I say I want, I get. So let's go home, guys. Let's create the life that we want. I know that a whole lot of people have been creating a mess in their lives. I personally created a mess in my life. I was about to be retrenched. I was about to be dismissed. But the minute I saw the power that was in me, and I said, wow, so I can create a mess. So it means that I can also create the life that I want. And personally, since that time, I've been creating this life that you see me doing. The things that you see me doing, whether I'm running, whether I'm doing, whether I'm coaching, whether I'm getting money, is the things that I said consciously, intentionally. I said, I want this life. And I'm encouraging you as well to want this life. There are so many people who are wishing for things. And because we have been taught differently about how you get things, we have been taught that you need to work hard. The hard that we need to work is in our mind. Because if your mind does not believe, then you can't get it, right? Am I audible? Do you guys understand? Do you have any questions? Is there anything that you want to say? And I think I will post maybe tomorrow. I'm introducing a Sunday session, Sunday session, church, all right, on Sundays. Depending on my schedule, I am always like, yesterday I was on a coaching program for like, I think 3 hours with different clients and all those things. So there are times when I'm busy, but I will tell you how the Sunday session will be from now on that we are ending the program. I believe if we can get the right information on Sunday, then we implement it from Monday going forth, and we come and then we get again on Sunday this information, then we go again and implement it. Our lives are going to be better, right? I love you, Dideo. I love you too. Our minds are very powerful tool. Yes, you can change your mind, you can change your life using your mind. I didn't come with this book. I'm rereading a book that is called The Power of Right Believing by Prince Joseph, or Joseph Prince. Yeah. So I am reading the book because it's very powerful, and I also would suggest that you read books that are going to, help you become the person that you want to become. I also have books that you can, I talk about the power of the subconscious mind, understanding your creation. Guys, it's power loaded. It's power loaded. Huh? All right, so we do not have any questions, right? And if you do, you can just comment there, then we will talk, right? Good. Bye.